Hey guys, what's up? Coming at you with another Unity tutorial today. And at the end of the last video, I left you guys with actually getting the camera moving with Mario. Because right now, if we take a look at it, you'll notice that when Mario gets halfway past the screen, he the camera doesn't move with him. And in the original Mario game, if you ever played it, once he gets to about halfway, the camera will actually start moving with him. It'll look like he's staying in the middle, even though he's moving across the level. So I left you guys with that to do. If you didn't do it, we're gonna do it together right now. Um, what you have to start off with is actually getting the main camera, and it's really simple. You take the camera class, you just make an object of the camera class, and from there we can actually set the camera equal to the main camera, and that's what we do here in the start method. We also made this move camera method, but didn't actually put anything into it. And we know that we're going to want to call it every single frame because you never know when Mario's going to get to that halfway point in the screen. So we should figure out when the camera should move, how fast it should move, and when it should stop moving. Um, so yeah, we're gonna do that right now. Um, First we're gonna want to do is get the difference, or not the difference, the distance of when the camera should start moving. And to do that, we're just gonna make a float called distance. And you guys probably didn't know this, but if we think through it, it's technically going to be a negative value. Mario's distance from the camera when he's at the to the left of the center of it, he's going to be like, call it like negative like 2 or 3, something like that. So what we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to take the absolute value of it, so it's always a positive number, and that just makes working with it a lot easier. So there's actually a math class that Unity offers. So it's called MathF, and we could do .abs, and that's just the absolute value function. From there, if we think through it, we're gonna want to take the distance that that Mario is from the camera, so we can get the camera's position doing camera dot transform dot position dot x, and we could subtract Mario's position from it. So transform dot position dot x. What this is doing, I'm going to explain it. You're getting the camera that we set up here, right? The main camera. You're getting the x position of it, and then you're subtracting Mario's position from it, from this position, and that gets you the distance that Mario is from the camera. It gets you from here to the center of your screen. From there, what we have to do is pretty simple. We need to set an arbitrary distance that if Mario is at that distance from the camera, then he should the camera should move with him. So how fast it should move, we're actually just going to use Mario's speed. So let's do this. So if your distance, and let's say let's do 1.5, see how that works. We're probably gonna end up tweaking this number a little bit so we get them exactly in the center. From here we're gonna want to actually move the camera's position. So we're gonna do camera dot transform dot position equals a new vector 3. It's just like moving anything else, guys. We're going to take the camera dot transform dot position dot x, and then we're going to want to add the speed times time dot delta time. Now I forget if we've actually used time dot delta time at all, but essentially what this does is it makes it for this takes every frame, this will multiply it by speed. So you'll end up with speed times a small number. It's just the amount of time that passed if you know delta in like math or physics or anything. It's just the change in time is what this is. So for it's going to take the speed multiplied by the change in time, and that's going to keep Mario in the middle of the screen for as long as he's moving to the right. We want to keep the same y value, camera.transform.position.y, and then just keep it at -10, because I think that's what we have the camera at. This just makes sure that they don't overlap. Yeah, we have it at -10. This just makes sure that if Mario and the camera are actually on the same z-axis, which is if you're thinking of a coordinate plane, it's here actually I can show you guys. So we got 3D. This right here is the z-axis. You have the it's how deep something is. It's how far away it is. So you see the camera is all the way back there and Mario's here. If they were on the same, let's say they're both 0, Mario actually wouldn't show up on the camera. So you just make sure that the camera's in front of Mario all the time. And that should work. Should work. And it didn't work. So we're going to do some debugging right now. Move the camera. Maybe this is too big. This is probably too big because okay, yeah, it's definitely too big. Because we see how Mario's position here is, this would be what? -3.06. Oh, the y. So there, it's called -10, and then minus 11.3, which is plus 11.3, so 1.9. So let's say if the distance is less than or it should be this. Distance is greater than 1.5. Or no. Okay, so here, let's see how this works. Okay, so now the camera's moving. You see how the camera moved. And you see how it's moving over there. Okay, so we know that the camera will move. So we just need to get it moving at the right time. So 1.5 definitely wasn't the right number. So let's try cutting it in half. Just make it 0.75. Okay, so it's working. And it doesn't look too good on my computer just because I have a lot of stuff running right now. But you do notice that here, I'll actually show you guys. Mario is moving across the screen 100%. You see right there. And so it obviously needs to be more than 0.75 because he's not in the middle, as you can see right there. So we'll just tweak it a little bit. Like I said, we're going to have to play with it. Make it 1. I'll bet you 1's our lucky number. Alright. Well, here, let's just give him back. Alright, so let's see where he ends up. Oh, he actually ended up. Oh, it should be... I got you. It should be 0. That's what it should be. Watch this. I'll explain in a second. We want the distance to be 0. That's what it is. No, it's not. It's not. It's not 0. Make it smaller. Let's see what 0.4 does. Okay. Oh, so we should be getting it. Okay. So we should be getting this closer to 0 because that was stupid by me. Because once these are approaching 0 is when Mario is approaching the center. So we make this like 0.2. 0.2 should get us close enough. There we go. He's pretty much exactly in the center. And he's moving. And the last thing I want to fix in this video is Mario actually being able to go through the back of the screen. And that's a really, really, really simple fix. What we're going to do is we're actually just going to add a collider to our camera. And we're going to use something called an edge collider. Very, very, very simple. Gonna drag this over here. Oops, there we go. And we're just gonna put this on the edge, so we'll put it at the bottom left of the camera. And we will put it at the top left. And Mario will not be able to go back just because there's a collider there. And I'll extend it up a little bit just in case. And now we're going to notice that when Mario tries to walk back out of the screen, he won't be able to. He'll just get stuck. Now, if you notice, Mario can do some weird things now. Mario can jump up the side of the wall. Mario can jump up the side of the wall is the only weird thing that's happening right now. And for the next video, I want you guys to fix this. Now, not going to lie, it's not easy to do. It took me a little bit to figure out how to actually fix it. But it is possible. You can do it. And the only thing that I'm going to help you guys out with is actually, if you go back to Visual Studio, we're definitely going to want to use this on collision enter because Mario he's colliding with this edge collider, right? And I'll actually help you guys get started because it's not an easy thing to do. What we're going to want to do is we're actually going to want to give the whole camera a tag. Well, the camera has a tag, so it's called the main camera, right? So whenever Mario collides with the main camera, we're going to want to say, well, Mario, you can't jump anymore, right? He should just fall down. He shouldn't be able to jump up the side of the wall. So what we're going to do is, and a little bit more in this method, the collision 2D, this right here is actually what your character collides with. So if we do a little bit of if collision dot game object dot I think it was a tag, yeah, tag equals main camera, yeah, main camera. And then what we're going to want to do here, one more equal sign, is we're just going to want to say is grounded equals false, right? And then else is grounded equals true. And I believe we'll have an issue with this. We should have an issue with this. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll find out. So we'll notice that Mario shouldn't be able to jump up the wall. Yep, I'm pressing space right now. He's not jumping up the wall. As soon, okay, yeah, there's the issue. So we need to find a way to actually reset is grounded. And the easiest way to do this is and we could come over to this collision exit, we could say if you're exiting the main camera, then is grounded should be true. and if you're touching the ground. So that's what I want you guys to do. That's where I'm going to end you. Is in here, I want you to, if you're leaving the main camera's collision, then here's what I want you to do. Just make Mario able to jump again. And this is really, it took me a while to figure this out, not gonna lie. And it'll keep you guys busy, and you'll see how things actually work in Unity. And that's the whole point of these. It's not for me to sit here and give you the answers. It's for you guys to learn how to do stuff on your own. And I figured it out on my own, and I could give you guys the answer. But, what good is that, right? So I want you guys to figure out how when Mario jumps into this wall, how you can actually get him jumping again, because there's obviously a bug going on here, and I want you guys to fix that bug. Now, it might seem like a jerk or something, but it's just me trying to help you guys out and get you thinking like a programmer. If you guys do have any questions or get stuck and need my help, leave them in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.